Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, a cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to unleash their creativity and unite as a strong cake community. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is here to support and empower you on your cake decorating journey. Let me coach you for success by setting achievable goals, understanding that managing your time and having a positive mindset, knowing your customers, and learning how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. I'll share what has worked for me from a very personal and relatable perspective. My goal is to help you establish your presence, reduce stress related to time and working hours, and engage in cake collaborations and competitions. Eventually, you could become that featured cake artist in a magazine or teach at international events just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here. How are you today? The first episode of December. Wow, I cannot believe it. Uh, we're almost there. We're almost at the end of 2024. And I think December is the perfect month because we've been talking about the holidays before. I think we got it covered. By now, you should know what you have to do, what you should do, what you could do to sell your products and to get organized. If not, just go back and listen to the episodes from the last couple of weeks. So, December is here, and I wanted to take this time to do things a little bit different. I'm going to finish recording all of the classes for the subscription platform of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Remember, you have a subscription platform, sorry, for only $2.99 a month. You have access to audio classes in different topics, all the topics we talk about here: time management, goal setting, teaching, mindset, business, money mindset, pricing, niche, target audience, you name it, social media, even. So, if you want to join this, I invite you to join. It's not much, it's only $2.99 a month. And you will have access to some extra classes. The classes have PDF, have downloadable materials, and this month, I'm going to finish recording the classes for this year so I can start from scratch on 2025, update some of the classes maybe. So this month, the episodes are going to be shorter. They're going to be shorter, but they're going to be more to the point. And I decided to take each week for, or better yet, I decided to take the month of December for accountability. It's the end of the year. We need to look back and see what worked, what didn't work. We've been working a lot of things together from, like I said, time management, goal setting at the beginning of the year. And we will start the goal setting in the beginning of 2025 again, as we usually do. We started the year with the goal setting. There is, if you don't know, there is the time management planner for cake artists coming up January 1st. The wait list is already open. If you want to have one of this planner, is a digital planner, downloadable. You can download all the pages. You can take as many copies as you want, but it's super, super complete. You have from goal setting, from managing your time monthly, weekly, allocating time, time blocking, project follow ups, project planner, the client consultation, social media, you name it. You have a lot of things in there. And of course, the link to join the wait list and to have a sneak peek of what's coming in this planner is going to be here on the description of the episode. So the planner is coming, so you can start your year with, full on everything organized and ready for 2025 to make 2025 another productive year, because that was the goal of this one. And I hope you achieved it to have a very productive, very positive 2024. So saying this, I think is the time for accountability. We need to sit down, we need to see what worked and what didn't work in our year 2024. What can we keep doing? What do we need to adapt? What do we need to change in order to keep moving forward, keep achieving our goals, going through all our milestones, celebrating, and being as productive as we can as cake artists and as cake designers and as bakers. So don't go anywhere because today the episode is about accountability of our goals. Hey, my sweet friend, if you like this episode and enjoy this podcast, there is only one thing I want from you. Please like, follow, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platform where you're listening to this podcast now. This way, this program can keep growing. The algorithm will show it to more cake artists who will benefit from it. Download the episode, share it on your social media, and tag me, and I'll gladly tag you and follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. You can leave me a voice message on Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, answer the questions and polls on the episode, or leave me a comment on my social media. Even if you don't like what I say, I would love to hear your opinion. And let me invite you to follow me on Instagram as at the Art K Coach or in any of my social media accounts. I'll leave you all the links in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Art K Coach podcast. Okay, my friends. So going back to today's episode, or coming back to today's episode, which is an end of the year goal review for you, I need to open or I need to start by asking you this question. How did your goals shape your year as a cake designer or as a cake artist or as a baker? Did it change anything? Are you ending up where you wanted to end up the beginning of the year? Has anything changed? I want you to take a minute and sit down and ask yourself that question. How did my goals for 2024 shape my year as a cake artist? And I want you to especially think about what direction everything went. That is the first thing that you're going to do. The idea is to review our goals and hold ourselves accountable for everything that happened this year, either the achievement of the goals, either the pivoting of the goals, or just not doing them at all, because nothing can change if we don't know where we're standing. I promise you that in today's episode, we're going to have some actionable steps that you can actually apply to review your goals and to start, let's say, start with blank canvas to set your goals for 2025. The new issue of Delicious Magazine is out. Delicious Magazine, a must-have international cake, cookie, and sugared art magazine, both digital and prints. This monthly magazine is filled with interviews, tutorials, competitions, and giveaways, business information, cake collaborations, the latest trends, and information on your favorite sugar art decorating products. Delicious Magazine also features your cakes every month in our Let's Get Social feature. Go to the link in the description of this episode to purchase your monthly copy, or you can save up to 45% when you sign up for an annual subscription. Pay once and get a whole year of magazines sent to you directly on your email. You can also pay monthly and save 20% of every issue. There are no tie-ins or contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Thank you, Delicious Magazine and Kelly, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art K Coach podcast. Reviewing our goals is super important because by reflection, we grow. We grow on our business, we grow as as people, we grow I don't know, spiritually. Everything that everything that we reflect on make us grow because it gives us an idea of, first of all, like I said before, where you're standing, where you are. It gives you that sense of accountability. You're true to yourself, like, where am I, and is this because of what I've been doing? and nothing can change unless we know where we are standing. It's very important to reflect on what we have achieved, what we have learned from our setbacks, from the things that have changed, from the difficulties and the problems that we had through the years, and from the wins and the victories that we had through the years. Reviewing help you set realistic goals, but at the same time, it helps you stay inspired for the new year. It helps you stay motivated and stay consistent. So, 3 step for this end of the year review. Number 1, remember the question that I asked you first. How did your goals shape your year as a cake artist? I assume that you did that. You wrote it down. You took the time to answer that question. Now, the next step is I want you to reflect on success. What went well? What strategies worked for you this year? What goals you achieved? How you celebrate them, because I told you to celebrate them. I mean, either big or small. It could be something as simple as I spend less money on buying things that I don't need. And that for me is a win. That could be a thing. Okay. So, what do you do, or what did you do to celebrate those wins? So, the first part is reflect on success. So, in the next page, you answer your first question. In the next page, I want you to write success. Write all the successes that you had this year. Forget if you think about a failure, don't write it down. It's going to go in the next page. Write down all your successes, and from those successes, think what strategies worked for me to achieve all of these. If the successes were big or small, but how they made you feel and how you celebrate them. Second page, I want you to check on the challenges that you had this year. I want you to identify what obstacles kept you from achieving certain goals. What didn't work? What didn't you accomplish? And why didn't you accomplish it? What were those obstacles? Consider what can you do differently this year to avoid these obstacles. Let's say you wanted to, I don't know, you wanted to achieve more clients or to get more clients during the year. You didn't get to the number that you wanted. Why did that happen? Did I invest enough on marketing? Did I ask for testimonial from other clients so I can share it on social media? Did I promote myself more? What happened and why that didn't happen, especially? Now, on the third page, I want you to measure progress. I want you to use the number of milestones that you set last January, probably, or at the end of last year. You set a number of milestones, things that you wanted to achieve in order to get to a final goal. And I mean, just visually, how far did you get on those milestones? Like number of cake sold, new skill learns, amount of profit you had, magazines you were featured in. Those milestones, how many of those you got? This first part, I would actually help us know where we're standing, what worked, why it worked, what didn't work, and why it didn't work. Hello, my sweet friend. Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art K Coach podcast exclusive content platform. By becoming a member, you'll get exclusive monthly content and access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media posting, pricing mindset, and teaching. Get access to exclusive bonus content for only €2.99 a month. Check out the link to subscription platform on the description of this episode. Let me help you on your cake journey and coach you for success here at the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, my friends, here are there are a few practical exercises that you can do in order to keep the accountability process going. Did you have an accountability partner this year? Did you have anybody, a friend, a family member, a fellow cake artist that you shared your goals with, that you I don't know, that you hold as an accountability partner, a group that you were part of. So I want you to either sit down, call this person, text them, or get into that group and talk about what you achieved and what you didn't achieve. I want you to put yourself out there, because it's a way, when everything is in our head, we can think we can get away with that. I always put the example of the gym. When we are when we are working out by ourselves, at the gym, it's like, well, if you do 10 reps or 15 reps, nobody's counting. So I look like I'm doing a lot, but maybe if I do 10, I'm tired. Just keep it that way. But if you have a partner, you have a teacher, you have a coach, or somebody who's training with you, you're going to hold each other accountable. You're going to say, those were 10, those were not 12. So when you put yourself out there and you find an accountability partner or a support group, anybody, you're putting yourself out there, and somebody's going to tell you, hey, you said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. Or not to tell you you didn't do it. No, to tell you, like, what happened? Why didn't this happen? Why didn't you achieve what you wanted to achieve? Let's talk about it. That's the idea of an accountability partner, not an I told you so person. You don't need an I told you so person. You can use visual reminders for the next year. Remember what we did before, the pages where we reflect on everything. Now you can create a vision board for 2025. And you can, from the things that you learn in this reflection process, you can either place there warnings like, don't forget to work on your social media. Don't forget to market your business. Don't forget to ask for testimonials. So it's going to be there visually for you throughout the year. Remember that the time management planner is coming, and it's full with visuals, so you can actually keep track and have everything organized. There is also an exercise that is called the 3 R's. This exercise, I want you to reflect, reset, and renew. Reflect. For the reflection part, I want you to write down 3 things you're proud of this year. In the reset part, I want you to identify 3 areas that you want to improve. In the renew part, I wanted to set 3 intentions for the new year, for 2025. And I want you to break 2025 in quarters, okay? Sorry, in quarters. So for each quarter, I want you to set one goal, just one, okay? Even though we're going to sit down, we're going to work on our goals in January, we're going to do more, but I want you to have, it's like a first draft from what you did this year. And be true to what worked, what didn't work, so you can actually set quarterly goals that are actually going to happen. Okay, so let's recap. 3 R's. Reflect. Write down 3 things you're proud of this year. Reset. Write down 3 areas to improve. Renew. Write down 3 intentions for the new year. Now, don't go anywhere, because we still have a little bit more of the episode. As your K coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one, and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you, and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. Hello, my sweet friends. Just a small disclosure: my neighbors are doing some renovations in their house. So if you hear any background noise, it's not me banging my head on the wall. It's the neighbors. But this is the time that I allocated for the podcast, and well, I will try to edit this later to see if it sounds better. But anyway, the information is here, and I really want you to walk away with practical exercises so you can use them in order to, um, you know, hold yourself accountable for the goals of 2024, have a reflection moment, have review of your goals, and start with a clean canvas for 2025. I do that. I do it. I do it every 3 months. Every month, I actually sit down and rewrite everything. But every 3 months, I do an accountability session with myself. I sit down, like, what's working, what's not working. Do we need to pivot? Do we need to work it out? Just my personal life, myself. I'm going through a lot of things. My energy is not as it used to be. So I did plan a lot, and most of the things I had to be honest with myself and say, you know what? No, it's not going to happen because I'm pushing myself to the point that I'm going to get sick and I can't. So I need to take care of my energy and my health in other ways. So there are things that were left, aside for next year. There are also things that changed. I have been doing a lot of, I call it admin work, desk work that was not my intention at the beginning, but life happens and that's the way it went. But I can only cope with all those changes and I can only work out everything if I keep a reflection and a review and I keep myself accountable for everything that happened this year. I invite you, of course, to do that reflection and share it with me in social media. You can either send me a testimonial about how your goals went this year, if you achieved them. If not, you can use our group, Cake for Stay Creative, as an accountability group. Reach out, talk about your goals. What were your expectations? Did you achieve it or not? Send me a DM or just talk on social media or send a post on social media. Tag me at the Art Cake Coach so I can not only answer you, but also it can be shared on social media. So to summarize what today's episode is about, is like I said, is about reviewing your goals. You're going to do the following. First, write down in a piece of paper how did your goals shape your year as a cake artist. Next, I want you to write in one page all your successes. I want you to reflect on success, what went well, what were your wins, and what strategies work for you this year. In the next page, I want you to write down the challenges that didn't help you get those goals and or achieve those goals. And in the last page, I want you to measure your progress in numbers or milestones. For example, the number of cakes you sold, the skills you learned, the profit you had, the new clients you achieved. I mean, all of those things, numbers, like this is what I wanted, this is what I got. It could be more, could be less, I don't know, but we need to know. Okay. Remember also to do the 3R exercises. Sorry, one exercise, not three. One exercise. Reflect. Write down 3 things that you're proud of this year. Reset. Identify 3 areas that you want to improve. And renew. Set 3 intentions for the new year. Take action for 2025, but taking action for 2025 is not starting in January. It's starting right now. Right now, by doing all of this and by really knowing where you're standing and where are you going next year. Remember, the time management planner is coming and it's going to be a very helpful tool for you. I had 4 of my closest cake artist friend go through the planner just to check it out as a feedback, because I wanted some feedback before it was launched. And they're so happy. They're amazed. They're like, wow, this is so good. I have everything in one place. So it's coming. The wait list is already open. I will leave the links here on the episode of the podcast so you can just join. And if you join the waitlist, there's a small gift in there for you. Okay, it's going to be a surprise, but you have to go and join the waitlist in order to get the surprise. And please invest in yourself. If could be with this planner, it could be with anything. But of course, I'm offering you this that I made from listening to all of you, listening what you needed to have planned, what you were looking for in a planner is tailored especially for you. And please share. Share your year with us. Share what happened. Share your wins and your goals. I want to leave this episode by including here some questions for you to reflect. What's one goal you crushed this year? One, just one. What is one thing you wish you had done differently? Just one. And what is your number one goal for next year? And don't think too much about it. Just like when I ask you the question, what is the first thing that came to your mind? Maybe it doesn't have to do with cakes, but what is that first thing that came into your mind? What's your one goal for next year, and how will you hold yourself accountable for it? If you want to answer these questions on social media and tag me at the Art K Coach so I can not only help you answer it back, but we can share it in our socials together. Thank you so much, my sweet friends. It's key to reflect and sit down and see where we're at before we move. Do this. I do this with all my heart so you can have a great 2025, as great as this one, or even better. Okay, as great as this 2024, not 2025, of course. So, my sweet friends, that is it for today. Next episode, we're going to be doing the same accountability, well, not the same exercises and review for time management. So, I hope to see you next time. And until there, as always, stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time.